In your box, you should receive 4 wheel lights, as well as the brackets assembled with or without the wheel lights, depending on how you bought them, along with extensions and a controller kit. Okay, so today we are going to go over the installation of our detachable wheel light brackets. We go ahead and label each bracket. For instance, this one here is driver front. We'll have a driver front, driver rear, passenger rear to keep things really simple. They will come pre-assembled. Okay, like this if you get the assembled version. If you do not get the assembled version, okay, you will have just the black brackets without the wheel ring. You will have to drill them into each spot and fasten them and make each connection. All right, we will have everything labeled for you if you choose to get the unassembled version. All right, so let's dive into this. It's very important to use a jack to lift the weight off the Jeep or your truck at each location. Then you're going to want to identify the 2 knuckle bolts on the driver's side, top right, this one and this one. You're going to want to remove those and take those 2 out. You are then going to go to the driver's kit and remove these 2 nuts, and this will be your plate that goes on. Now after you have the 2 bolts removed, this will slide in here and fit in this orientation. Insert the 2 bolts back in. Hand tighten until you're ready to torque down to manufacturer specs. So after installing and tightening this upper bracket for the driver's front, you will go to the back side of the knuckle and then remove this bolt here off the back side of the knuckle. It's on the lower left-hand side of the driver's side front knuckle. You have safely removed and installed the upper bracket. Now it's time to install the lower bracket. Now we will reinstall the bolt. It's important on this step that you do not tighten this all the way, as this is adjustable and will need to adjust with the location of the hole of the wheel light bracket. So leave this loose and tighten this after your light bracket is on. Now it is time to install the wheel light bracket. Locate the splice in the center of the wheel light bracket. We will remove these 2 screws or these 2 screws, whichever ones are more accessible. At this point, you can open up the wheel light. These are made out of aluminum. You will not damage them. All right, we are now going to install the front driver's side. You just come around the front, underneath the axle. Make sure you watch out for the brake lines. And you're going to line your top bracket in here. Set it in. Bottom bracket. Set it in. And now we will go to the other side. After you install this side, you will come over here, install your washer, and install your wheel light. Go ahead and thread on your nuts. Okay, after getting everything tightened down, you'll tighten down each location using a 7/16. Okay, now that we have our first wheel light on, the brackets are assembled. You want to make sure it looks something like this. This will be the front driver's side. Okay, we are over to the passenger side. Now we're going to be repeating the same process as we did on the driver's side. We're going to loosen 2 bolts on the top, put in our upper bracket. All right, now that you have your upper bracket in, we'll tighten these down and tighten this one down. Okay, your lower right side is now secure. Remember to keep that loose. Now we will repeat the same process for this side. Open it up. At this stage where we have the 2 threaded studs in the top bracket on the passenger side or driver's side, okay? This is a part where I like to go ahead, where I like to get this secured, okay? If you are the ones who like to go ahead and have this secured and you feel better about that, I usually put 1 or 2 in. It doesn't really matter, they both hold. But at this stage, okay, with this still loose and not secured, you go ahead and fasten this seam. Okay? Be careful not to pinch these wires here. Okay, after you snapped it together, just take a screw. Install one. Now it is clipped together and secured. We can now attach this stud over the hole. Like so. So again, we'll repeat the process. We'll put all 3 nuts on the 3 threaded studs and get this thing secured. All right, now that we got the 2 front driver and passenger sides done, we will now start the rear. Now the rear, again, is labeled passenger rear, and it's gonna fit just like this. The orientation will be up and down. Now, the top and bottom brackets are both made the same, okay? And the driver and passenger is also made the same. So you can't get the rears wrong. Only thing is you orientate it top and bottom, not side to side, top and bottom. So we'll begin by taking the top bracket and lower bracket off the bracket system on the wheel light and installing on the back of the rear axle. Here you will install the top bracket. Install the nuts. Now this step is very important. We want to make sure we torque these nuts down to the manufacturer's specs. Now we install the lower. Do not install the top and the bottom at the same time. You will want to install the top, torque it down to manufacturer's specs, then remove the bolts at the bottom and install your lower clip. We are going to install the wheel light brackets. Hang them on the uppers. We will then reattach the wheel ring. After you have secured all of the nuts and tighten it down, install now complete on the rear passenger side. Alright, the rear drivers is the same exact way. 2 on the top, 2 on the lower. Thanks for tuning in to Shoreline Off-Road's install video of our detachable wheel light brackets.